Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chef Sahera, and today I'm showing you how to make one of the best side dishes ever, and that is macaroni and cheese. Hands down, it's one of the best things that I make. So if you want to learn how to make my macaroni and cheese, keep watching. The key to a good macaroni and cheese is the cheese sauce and using a quality cheese. This macaroni and cheese is going to be on the firmer side, more of a solid, not so much creamy. This is the macaroni and cheese I grew up with. So the first thing we're going to do is cook up our pasta. We're going to bring a large pot of salted water to a boil, and we're going to cook our macaroni according to the package instructions. We want our macaroni to be al dente. We'll drain that and set it aside, and then we'll start to prepare our cheese sauce. I season my noodles with a little bit of black pepper and some seasoned salt, but you can use any seasoning that you like. So before we start our cheese sauce, you want to grate your cheese. You can use any cheese you like. I'm using some Cracker Barrel cheese, some extra sharp, some sharp baby Swiss, as well as some mozzarella cheese and some American deli slices. As I grate my cheese, I like to have them in individual bowls because I like to know how much I'm using of each cheese. So the extra sharp and sharp is about the same, but I use a little bit of the baby Swiss and a little bit of the mozzarella. So I like to keep my cheeses separate. So now we're gonna make our roux. This is the base for our cheese sauce. In a large saucepan, we're gonna melt some butter over medium heat. Once melted, we're gonna whisk in some flour and cook for about 1 to 2 minutes. We do this to cook off the raw flour taste. So now we're gonna add our milk to our butter and flour mixture. We're gonna continue to whisk this together until it's nice and smooth to prevent any lumps. As the mixture starts to thicken, we'll start to add our grated cheese. We're going to gradually add some of the cheddar cheese, the mozzarella cheese, the Swiss cheese, as well as the American cheese. So we also have to reserve some because we're going to top our noodle layers. We're going to have 2 layers, and we're going to top the layer with some cheese. We're just going to use this cheese sauce to spread it across each layer. But we want to make sure we have enough cheese in here. I don't season my cheese sauce because the cheese has enough salt in it. So I just put my cheese in, and you want to continue to stir so it's nice and smooth. We are not going to mix our noodles in this cheese sauce. Repeat, where you see a lot of recipes, they mix the sauce, they combine the noodles with the sauce. We are not doing that. I add some eggs to my cheese sauce. So we temper that in, and that is simply bringing our eggs to the temperature of our mixture. So we pour in our mixture, some of our mixture slowly to the eggs as we continue to beat the eggs. If we poured it all in there all at once, we would cook the eggs. And that's what I used to do. I used to just pour it in there. I wouldn't even take the pot off the stove. I would just put my eggs in there. And clearly the eggs would cook in there. You would see little white specks in there. But, when it all melts down, everything looks the same and nobody's the wiser. But I've learned once, that's the one thing culinary school has taught me. How to properly temper things, and this is how we make like our custard. Anytime you add a hot liquid into your eggs, you should temper it. If you don't want to use the eggs, the macaroni still will be great, so you do not have to add the eggs. Once I pour about half of my mixture into my eggs, now I'm going to transfer my egg mixture back into my pot and return my pot to the stove. I'll let this cook for another 1 to 2 minutes, and then I'll let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes so it can start to thicken up on its own. I like to prepare my macaroni and cheese in layers. So I'm going to lay down a layer of noodles. I'm going to top it with my cheese, and then I'll spread some of the cheese sauce on. So because I have so many different cheeses, this is just what I do. You can combine all of your cheeses. For me, it allows me to know how much cheese I'm using of each. So I want more of the extra sharp taste. So I sprinkle down my extra sharp. I sprinkle down my sharp cheese. I don't want as much mozzarella cheese, just a sprinkle, the same with the baby Swiss. And then I break up some American cheese. We break the American cheese up and place little bits all around the layer. Just to note, I am pretty generous with the amount of extra sharp and sharp cheese that I put on each layer. Once I've finished adding all of my cheeses to my first layer, I top it with my cheese sauce. I spread a generous amount of cheese sauce on that layer, on top of that cheese, and I spread it evenly. And then I just add another layer of noodles and I repeat the process. So I'll do another layer of noodles, cheese, all of my cheeses, and then I'll top it again with my cheese sauce. You will learn, if you make macaroni and cheese enough, you'll learn that different cheeses give you a different taste. If you use an off-branded cheese, which I do, so my hack is to buy a few blocks of the Cracker Barrel cheese, then I can go to like a Costco's and get their brand of their extra sharp, because it's really gonna taste like sharp. So in that final layer, I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of some of my cheese that I had left over on top, some of the yellow cheese. So we're gonna bake this at 375 for about 20 to 30 minutes until the top is nice and golden. And that's it, guys. One of the best tasting macaroni and cheeses you will find. Again, it's all about the cheese. I personally believe if you use a quality cheese as well as the cheese sauce. If you have any comments or questions about this video, don't hesitate to drop it in the comment section. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out when I upload new videos. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.